You want to fold towels with me and chat on this Saturday night? Cool. So in Proverbs 3:5-6, it says, trust in the Lord and lean not on your own understanding. Acknowledge him in all things and he will make your paths straight. Now I've always heard this scripture, but as a kid, it didn't make much sense to me, like at all. I was like, yeah, of course I trust God. What? But as an adult, it hits harder. And I was recently talking to a friend about life, and then we talked about this Bible verse, and as we were talking, this core memory was unlocked, and I was like, oh, I gotta share this. So y'all remember back in 2002, Spy Kids 2 came out, and I think I was like 8 years old. Well, this character was introduced in the movie called Ralph, and this Ralph was like a little bug looking thing, but it did everything. I mean, it tied the kids' ties, it spied, it crawled up walls. It was really cool. Well, they started selling this toy at Toys R Us, and so I asked my dad, I was like, Dad, can I get Ralph? I was so excited about it. And my dad said, yes, you can, but let's go get it on Sunday. So I had to wait like a week, but that's cool. Taught me patience, right? Well, Sunday finally rolled around, and I remember I was walking down the church steps with my sister, and she's 18 months younger than me. I was telling my sister all the things that Ralph was gonna do for me, and I was convinced. I was like, he's gonna clean my room. He is gonna do my chores. He is gonna do my homework. I was convinced that this little bug thing was gonna do it all. And I think my dad overheard me talking to my sister, because as we were walking to the car, he pulls me aside, he gets down on my level, and he's like, we're still gonna go to Toys R Us and we can still get this toy, but I wanna set the expectations. He's like, this toy is not gonna do everything you think it's gonna do. It requires batteries, and the most it's gonna do is it's gonna crawl across the floor very slow, and that's it. And with my little 8-year-old brain, I was giving my dad grace. I was like, oh man, poor guy. He's never seen the movie. He doesn't know what Ralph can do. But as my dad explained it to me, he just told me, he's like, I just don't want you to be disappointed. So we'll still go if you really want this toy, but I wanna give you another option. So my dad offers this. He said, we can go to Toys R Us and get that toy, or we can take that same money and spend it on something else, something that might be better. So I stood there for a moment in the church parking lot, and I just thought, I was like, so either my dad knows something I don't, or my dad is greatly mistaken. And I remember finally choosing to spend that money on something else. I believe it was a video game, but I didn't get Ralph. And honestly, I never regretted it, because now that I'm older, I recognize, no, Ralph would have been a huge disappointment. And as I was telling this story to my friend, I started to recognize, like, life is pretty much that way. You think you want something and you know all about it. You're like, oh, if I can get this thing is gonna be it. And then God's like, hey, look, I'll give it to you, but it's not gonna be all it's cracked up to be. If you can just wait, then I can give you something better, but you gotta trust me on it. Then you have the option. It's either God knows something you don't, or God's wrong. And I'm gonna help you with the tough one on this one. God's not wrong. So I don't know if anyone needed to hear this, but I did. Trust in God. Don't lean on your own understanding, because I can promise you, God knows something you don't. Good night.